Welcome to the Navigator Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Navigator Podcast. Today, I'm honored to have with me Tofiq Indawala, who's Director of Product Management for Solutions360. And Tofiq, you've been there many years and seen many changes for the Q360 ERP system over those years. One of the most recent changes has been enhancing the capability for your clients to develop meaningful, and I'll say really important management dashboards and information for every facet of the organization. How important is this functionality to you and to your clients?
Thanks, Brad, for having me on the podcast. And yeah, it's been 15 years this month, actually, with Q360. We've seen Q360 evolve to many different things over the years. And the dashboards are by far the most fun that I've been engaged in, and excited to deliver this to our customers. Traditionally, our customers had to rely on third-party systems or business intelligence tools like Power BI to generate information, basically taking their data and turning that into information. Now we have that directly in the system. They're able to take their data, build charts and graphs, and turn that information into decisions for themselves. So it's giving them seamless access to everything they need within our data set.
Cool. I would think that they're pretty excited. I mean, how have they responded?
Oh, they're very impatiently is probably the best way to say that, because we have early adopter programs that have been playing with a lot of these dashboards for the last few months, since we've been allowing them to engage into the early adopter program. So they want it now, and we just released our version 10.03 last Friday, which has access to all the dashboards and report designer, which is now a public release. So they're just loving it. We have a bunch of customers that jump to doing that upgrade just so they can use this particular feature.
Awesome, right? Because they've had the data, and now, like you said, it's moving it into management information. How have you seen, or have you heard, again, how they're using it on a day-to-day basis to really run their businesses?
Well, I think the most important thing is what level of organization you expose this data to. So for some of our mature customers, they've taken these dashboards and they've allowed different individuals across the organization have access to it so that you can make decisions. So for example, they can take the labor forecast and the labor capacity report and have that available to the operations manager or even the sales manager. So they're able to make decisions as to what's happening with their projects, what their labor demands are over the next 6 months, so they can make better decisions on how to best utilize their resources, how to shuffle their resources, or even if they need to hire more resources, or revenue and cost projection on projects. Allowing project managers to have access to this report, they can make better decisions to that. So it's allowing, traditionally the dashboards have always been designed, or has been perceived to be, for executives and management to make business decisions. But what this allows people to do is allow people from inside the organization at various different levels to influence change, influence better decision-making throughout the organization.
Right. So be way more proactive as opposed to reactive. It's like, let's set the course as opposed to see where we've been.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, you and I went through a bunch of them, and there's, like you said, all the data is there. So it's kind of opening up a kid to a candy store. What guidance would you give some new companies when they start opening this up in terms of let's not take it all in. Let's focus.
Yeah, and that's always a very interesting discussion. When I'm, and you've been in some of these meetings with me. It's right. Like, what KPIs should we run? What should we look at? And the answers is, well, it really depends, right? It has to be tied to their strategic goals. Where does a company want to be in the next 2 years or 5 years? What are some of the challenges that they're trying to work with their customers? And really taking a handful, maybe 4 or 5 dashboards or KPIs to see how they fit in with that strategic initiatives that they have. And making sure that the information that they get, it's not just making it look pretty, but they're measurable and actionable to make those informed decisions. Like, I talked about labor forecast. That's a decision. Can they make a decision? Can we do our own installs with our resources that we have, or do we need to hire subcontractors to fulfill the customer demands? But it allows, making sure that things are measurable, tied to strategic goal, and they're actionable with the information that they get.
Well, I know that, this new functionality is going to be a game changer, and that, Solutions 360 really is moving towards being, their customer's most trusted business partner. What's next, or what do you see on the horizon that's keeping you busy?
Well, lots of things. We started our journey with moving our desktop version to the web version a few years ago, and over the last 2 years, it's been out. We've been doing the installation, and what we're now working on is a lot of new integrations and enhancement to the system. So, for example, we just recently started, and it's actually available in the released version as of Friday, the quote enhancements. We've added, vendor contract management. There is going to be some additional quote enhancements coming down the line. So we want to take more proactive approach to going back and looking at, what else can we enhance that's already in the application, as well as looking at partnering with other parties out there. So, we've integrated with DTools. We've integrated with End Central, Avalara. So we want to work with our customer base and understand what their needs are, what other tools do they need aside from Q360, aside, not just necessarily improving the core functionalities of Q360, but we also want to build more partnership across the globe with third parties and give more value to our customers.
Awesome. Well, you've done a great job thus far. I look forward to the future.
Thanks, Brad. Yeah, it's going to be quite exciting in a few years.
Great. Take care.
Thank you.